The case slowly went cold, allowing Amy and Ross to get back on the streets and live their normal lives again for years to come.
Damn.
But police always had their suspicions about this case and were never comfortable letting it stagnate. Amy's Facebook page showed that she constantly had fights with Kathy and
I'm so tired of Kathy. My constant disrespect between me and children. Heartbreaking to see the impact they have on my children. Someone please tell me I'm not alone in this.
Mike over her children, often calling them narcissistic, emotionally abusive, and disrespectful. What's most disturbing was a video of Ross and Kathy's fighting found on Amy's page, where Ross says something that would come back to haunt him forever.
Why don't you let Grandma come out here real quick?
I don't think your grandma wants to deal with this trash.
Yo, this haircut is disgusting, bro. You went to the barber and said, I bet. He gave you the I bet cut.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
This eerie statement from Ross, police found something that seems damning. They discovered a photo Mike had sent to a co-worker just 2 days before his death, a couple of $100 bills. And inside Amy and Ross's trailer was a neatly organized stack of $100 bills, exactly the same serial numbers as Mike's. At the time, this was all treated as circumstantial, but slowly more coincidences would begin to line up that gave police enough reason to suspect Amy and Ross as potential killers. So, in 2023, they reopened the case, nearly a decade after the events that put an end to nearly an entire family. Detectives started by launching a series of interviews with Mike.
Wait, so I just caught they're suspecting the guy and the girl?
Mike and Kathy's closest peers to try and get a better picture of Amy and Ross and see if they might have been responsible after all. They begin with Mike and Kathy's neighbor to learn about Amy's relationship with her mom and if he saw anything the day of the incident.
With the daughter, got angry with her and kept the children from Kathy.
So tell us about that.
It seemed that they really tried to help Amy a lot. And Mike and Kathy, they really took care of the kids. And it broke Kathy and Mike's heart. She just really missed the kids and the two older ladies that lived there. They were used to the kids coming in and out.
You think Kathy was afraid at all of Amy and Ross?
No, she never expressed that. But it was always the talk of the area that Mike would go to flea markets and he would get some kind of video games that he collected. There was a good resale market for them, and that he would buy any old jewelry that had some gold in it. It was always a rumor that he kept a lot of cash and gold stuff around.
Not only did Mike collect jewelry and other rare memorabilia, but it was well known in the community that Mike always had a large sum of cash with him because he feared putting money into the banking system. This made Mike a large target.
I will say keeping cash is kind of a W though, because banks and stuff be tripping sometimes. So yeah, having some cash out is definitely important, chat, because you never know.
Target, especially amongst those who knew him well.
I think you've got to be one sick puppy and go in there to kill two helpless old women. The thoughts that somebody came in and killed those people, I still have nightmares about that.
This tells detectives that the murder could have been done for financial reasons, especially since this fact wasn't a secret at all. Couple this with the fact that Mike's money was currently sitting safely inside Ross and Amy's safe at home. A picture is starting to form of what might have actually happened that night. But still, nothing is certain at all, and police next head to Roxy Voorhees, an ex-employee of Amy and Ross's, who worked at their pet grooming business during the months leading up to the crime. Roxy had spoken to Amy almost every day for months before the incident, so if anyone had some information to give, it'd be her.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just look at her, bro. She look like she'll crash out for no reason. I ain't gonna lie.
Her. And they were exactly right.
And the fact that it was kind of a mass murder of like the whole family, chat. Like, it's kind of hard for me to believe that just the one guy by himself did all that.
So sinister, it blew the case wide open.
Ross had made a joke and said, do you want me to It was a joke at the time.
Right.
Then later I was like, holy.
What?
I'm glad I didn't say yeah.
It's Amy, right? What was your job there?
A bather. And I was learning in the process of grooming.
When you worked for the shop, you said they were just getting started, so they weren't very successful yet.
They appeared that they were fine.
Okay.
But then I would hear arguments of them, and a lot of it was money related. When I started working for her, I seen Kathy and Mike at the grooming.
That's the thing, chat. A lot of people be crashing out over money, dude.
Shop. I was in the back grooming, so I didn't hear everything that was going on.
Chat, you guys know anybody like that in your family or something that be tripping over money?
But it was something to do with money.
Okay.
Throughout working there, she'd always tell me about how she was treated growing up and all of that.
What kind of stuff would she say about how she was treated?
She told me that she was always a daddy's girl, and she said her dad he was working on a car and it crushed him, and he was placed in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom decided to pull the plug. She always hated her mom for that.
Detectives learned that their grooming business wasn't as successful as they claimed it was. Based on bank records collected by police, Amy and Ross's proven income in 2013 was $25,622. However, in 2014, Ross spent $14,200 on a Ram truck, $5,700 on a Mustang, $10,000 on a Harley FXE, and another $5,000 on a Harley XL. Close to $35,000 on luxury purchases, but an income of just $25,000. With these poor financial decisions, the couple needed money, and they needed it badly.
Yeah, of course you need money when you're living well over your means, bro. That's why, chat, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys are probably young and stuff, but you know, when you start making money, you start having a job and stuff, don't be just buying stuff just because you can, bro, because that's how you go broke.
2014, their business fell short, making just over $3,000 for the entire year. Things were bad, and they were on the brink of bankruptcy. So when the cops found $67,000 in cash hidden in their home, they knew something seriously strange was going on. Ross claims that he'd been saving the money for years, but detectives don't buy it at all. They're certain that, at a minimum, Ross and Amy had to have stolen from the house on the day of the murders. But to some extent, this was all known about 8 years ago, and it's still all circumstantial. For all the cops knew, Amy could have noticed the dead bodies in the trailer and grabbed the cash out of desperation before calling the police. So there had to be something that set this investigation apart from the one back in
Yeah, you guys think they stole the money? I think so, bro.
2015. However, this case would take a complete 180 after detectives would find their most blatant, crucial piece of evidence yet. When going through all the CCTV cameras throughout the town on the day of the murders, police found footage of Ross walking out of a gas station that night. Nothing is suspect at first, until you look a little closer. The shoes he's wearing are Asics Gel Speedstar 5s, a model whose sole design just so happens to perfectly match the bloody footprints that were found inside the trailer.
That's it right there. That is it right there. That's all the evidence they need, no?
This claim was even confirmed by the shoe company themselves, and the pattern is unique to this specific model, making it clear to detectives that Ross Villardi is a cold-blooded killer. All the evidence had come together. The abundance of cash in Ross and Amy's home, Mike's $100 bills in Ross's safe, identical shoes to the killer, and an ugly past with Mike and Kathy. Police now believe they have everything they need to charge Ross and Amy with the murders. So, on December...
A murderous couple is crazy.
11th, 2023, they decide to confront Ross and Amy at their new home to finally uncover the truth about that night once and for all.
Nah, they're cooked.
Hey.
Yeah, this is like a low-key lesson though, like to be careful on who you choose as your partner. Like I say with friends and stuff, how they can influence you or family members. Also true with the person you choose to be with, bro.
Are you Ross? I'm Tyler Duncan. I'm with Anderson County Sheriff's Office. This is Steve.
How you doing? How's it going?
I got assigned the case about the homicide that happened in Pendleton in 2015.
Okay.
Is Amy here?
Cheers.
So since she's the one that called 911, I think you were there also. We'd like to talk to you. If you want to come on out, we'll talk to you, and then we can talk to her. Can you describe, I guess, your relationship with Mike and Kathy?
I had a good relationship with Kathy. My relationship with Mike was really great, actually. It kind of turned sideways a little bit July 4th.
So I think y'all had got married that year, is that right?
Correct.
In 2015?
Yes, October 24th.
The 24th. That would have been, what, about a week or so before?
Yep.
Bro, getting married and then committing freaking homicides a week after or even any time close is crazy. Like, y'all had your whole life ahead of you. Why do this?
Mike and Kathy was before Amy and I left to come down that Halloween. We had just gotten back from my mom and dad's.
El honeymoon.
He went to knock on the back door, but the back door kind of
Their honeymoon's gonna be in jail now.
Was already cracked open or something like that. And that's when she apparently found the scene that she found. She went bolting back out of the house. I think she called 911 before she called me, if I remember correctly.
So you didn't go over to the other trailer?
No.
Over to Mike and Kathy's trailer?
Correct. I never went in that trailer that day.
So after you last seen them, you never went in their place again?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.